Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, I was going to quickly cover this. Now, this is Kendra G in damage control mode. Now, this clip that I'm about to show you is the short version. She actually has a longer clip. It's about 17 minutes that's on her page. And I'm not going to do that one because it would take this video way too long if I was to cover that 17-minute damage control video that she has. But this one is the short version that's actually on Instagram. And this one is good enough for the purpose of this video. And she goes into damage control because people are calling her out about what she said on Tamron Hall's show. Now, granted, I don't know if it's too many in this one, but in the long form version of this video, she does go into some scenes that didn't make the cut, because obviously when you do these scenes or these segments on talk shows and it's not a live talk show, they're going to edit. And so some of what you say and some portions of that segment don't actually make the cut, which is normal. That's normal. However, I'm going to play this clip and then we're going to comment on what she's saying.
I really did not realize how many unintelligent people are on the internet. This is a meme that someone created, and it's a snapshot from my Tamron Hall interview. And I am finally going to break down my Tamron Hall interview because so many people are reporting on it, but they're reporting on it leaving out very important factual information. Instead, they're trying to create a narrative about me that simply just isn't true. The topic of the show was to break down popular 2025 dating trends. Myself and another young lady were there to break down different meanings behind different dating trends and styles. Actually, Tamron even tells you this on the show, you goofies. If you was watching it, take a listen.
Okay, so my team found 2025's most talked about dating trends and catchphrases. These ladies are going to break it down. I gave you some of them at the beginning of the show, so don't feel badly if you've never heard of them, because I had never heard of them either.
First one that Tamron Hall does is called future proofing, and she asked me directly, Kendra G, to break it down. Take a listen.
Future proofing.
Yes.
Kendra.
Oh, you got to have a job. You have to have an ambition that's going to go somewhere for sure. I want to see W-2 forms. I want to see success records. I want to meet your mama. I want to know where you live. Is it in your name from the woman's perspective?
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't want to make you be already made. I don't got clay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true. But the thing with guys,
and they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know though. I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. Wigs is $2,000. Lashes is $300.
Okay,
shoes
are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes. Well, I think that, yeah, that's real high.
And you're owning, so 2025 people are owning the high maintenance?
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why if you here? If a man is here, why am I?
But you're not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this. Now, I'm not saying I agree with
this. This is getting spicy.
A couple things. First of all, I was explaining what future proofing is for the woman that walks that way, okay? I was not talking from the Kendra G perspective. Listen, brokies, I don't ask men to take care of my wigs and my makeup and my lashes. I know most of y'all men can't afford it, okay? Let's just have the heart-to-heart conversation. So no, I am very proud to say that I am a woman that can take care of herself proudly and has always, and I am happy that I can do so. If you watch this interview, you know I'm not talking from the first person category. I say they. There's a moment when Tamron even says, "Why can't you continue to pay for your own wigs?" I literally say, "I agree with you, Tamron."
Women feel like this is
Yeah.
what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why? If you, but I'm with you, Tamron, because I feel like I got my own money.
Don't back up now, Kendra.
So are we clear, people? Kendra G was not talking about herself in this moment. I want to break down further the moment when Tamron Hall said, "Well, a man doesn't want a broke woman either."
So they're like, I don't want to make you be already made. I don't got clay.
Now, if I pause it right here, she's actually going to keep on going. She got big mad at Corey Holcomb because, as usual, Corey got something to say. Corey got something to say about some of everybody on his 5150 show. That's just what Corey does. If you don't like what Corey say, you can't go over there because he's going to say something controversial. He's going to say something that you don't agree with. Okay, I don't agree with everything that Corey say. Every once in a while, Corey say something that is relevant and that I agree with. But a lot of his different takes is like, because in all truth, Corey is a hyena. Corey is a hyena. And more or less, he kind of admits that. He knows what he is. So he just be in that lane. So that's pretty much what it is with Corey. So Corey doesn't really have a whole lot of shame about what he say and what he do online. So she's going to get into being mad at Corey because Corey called her out about her appearance on that show. And the problem with her appearance on that show, it wasn't just what Corey was thinking. It was what a lot of people that viewed it and a lot of her own subscribers was thinking the same thing. She just didn't make a good impression. She did not make a good showing of herself in general on the show. She's trying to go through these particular talking points because she feel a way because content creators, particularly male content creators, had a lot to say about the things that she was saying. Now, granted, in some of that, she was talking from like a third person, like she wasn't saying that those were her thoughts. But on some of it, it was because when she was talking about that, she's single and got a roster, she wasn't talking from no third person. She was talking from her own perspective. She was talking for her. And then she didn't like it that people took that a particular way. We took it how it was given. When a woman or a man says that they have a roster, that means that they got a couple of different people that they rotating through and that they having sex with and that they are, using these people for whatever it is that they're using these people for. That's what a roster is. In long story short, it's whole talk. So when you have that, it's like if you say it, you say I have a roster. That means at least 3 different men or 3 different women or more, whatever. And you spend time with this one, you spend time with that one. This man might be for going out on dates. This man is just to blow your back out. That man, whatever. So she's getting mad that people had something to say. But aside from the particular talking points that she's trying to address, she was just on that show loud for no reason. She was talking over everybody. She was like taking over the segment. She didn't have a lot of decorum on the set. And that was unfortunate for Kendra to have been in media for as long as she's been in media. That was unacceptable behavior on a professional level. Because there were a couple of instances where another one of the ladies that had got invited up there on the panel for the segment were speaking, and she kind of just like overtook what they were saying and began to speak over them. I don't know if she was nervous, excited. I don't know what it was, or she was just being her, but it was unruly, really. So more than just the different various talking points that people are critiquing, it's the overall presentation that was lackluster and actually unprofessional. Kendra G is too old and she's been in media too long to have presented herself this way on this show. I'm gonna let it keep going.
okay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true, but the thing with guys,
And they don't want a broke lady.
well, no, that's I don't know though. Some men,
Guys, I'm speaking.
See, I had to take a pause because that actually isn't all the way true. There are some men who truly desire a woman who does not make that much money because if she doesn't, they can control her. There are men who have literally said, I want to date women who are in poverty-stricken situations because I can control her. She can afford to leave me. She can't afford to talk back to me. These are things that men have said out of their own mouth. If you don't believe me, take a listen for yourself.
Curious to know this. You keep mentioning women in poverty. Why? Like, what's your?
Well, I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. So, women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. Girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's an even exchange.
Ooh, the tea.
So she's actually mad at Corey. She actually did a separate video specifically aimed at Corey Hulcom because she was big mad about what Corey had to say in his video. So in any case, my apologies. I had to pause it for a quick second. But in any case, she's busy doing all of this. She's busy doing all of this damage control, and nobody wants to hear it, Kendra, because you were talking about that roster stuff, and you was talking about all these other things that were pertaining to you. You didn't make a good case for yourself on the show. You didn't represent yourself very well on the show. And you just didn't. It was unprofessional, it was loud, and it was ridiculous. And you should have had more decorum than that, but apparently you don't. And let's not forget that she was also talking about and calling folks brokies and calling folks dusties. These are the people that are her subscribers. That's who she talking about. And can't no man really afford what I got going on. Girl, you was in a whole relationship, apparently, from what everybody else say, with a Nigerian scammer that got deported back for the scams. Beloved, don't nobody care about the money that you have. This is why you back single in 2025, talking about you got a roster on the Tamron Hall show, talking about somebody DM you. So I guess the DMs are dry. Like, telling on yourself. It's not. What are we doing, beloved? What are we doing here? And for the people who like, oh, she's showing her true colors. She has always shown her true colors. See, just because people have a platform, like people have to be. You have to understand what's going on. Kendra G does not give dating advice. She runs a dating show. Please, let's understand that. She's not giving women particular advice. That people are not calling in for their marital and dating and relationship advice to Kendra G. They are calling in because she runs a singles platform and pretty much anybody can come on there and have a couple of minutes where, where they trying to look for somebody and she questions them every once and again, because it makes for good content. To have when somebody come on there extra delusional, it do make for good content to call the delusion out. But never has she ever said that she's not that woman. Who was fooled? Who was fooled to think that Kendra wasn't the modern day woman? Like, you thought what? She was a lioness because she had single show, and everywhere once in a while she call out the most delusional hyenas because that's what they are. And so we think that she was on some type of high horse, and she's giving advice, and now her credibility is shot because she just turned out to be her credibility not shot. Because her credibility could only be shot if you thought something different about her, or if you put her on a higher pedestal than what she is. That's the only way her credibility could be shot. But if you know what's what, then she ain't had no credibility to be shot. She ain't switch up. Kendra G been that same person. And I wish y'all stop getting caught up just because a hyena can call out another hyena every once and again and be telling the truth. Like, y'all be getting caught up with that. She the same person. She's still calling folks dusties and broke because they don't want to buy a $2,000 wig. Them prices she was coming up with was hers. Talking about the wigs is $2,000 and the lashes is $3. Girl, buy. Who's paying 2 stacks for a wig? And they lying to you anyway, talking about it's a human hair. They done got that hair out of the sewer, and you done slapped it on your head for 2 stacks. Okay, girl, if you don't go in a beauty supply store and get you a wig that costs no more than $100 or $200, girl, it don't need that, and don't need that. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure. This was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.